You hear that quiet? There's a train in the background, comes around every 20 minutes. And this is typical sound of a Japanese home. And right now, both sets of windows are open in my home. I'll walk over to one. And it's double paned, 2 tracks. Kind of rare in a house. I mean, all new construction have got double pane. In order to listen to music, I need to close them just like that. Here's my other window closer to the train station, and again, double set of, that's probably going to be the most noise from the outside that I'm going to hear on a given day, given my neighborhood. So you can understand the quiet here. The quiet on the outside is as important as the noise not being able to escape on the inside. This is my listening system. I purchased everything secondhand. The speakers I'm especially proud. They're Victor, you'll remember JVC Victor SX700 Spirit 3-way speakers. And I picked up these hardwood stands from a seller on Yahoo Auctions that really, I mean, when I got these things off of what I was previously experimenting with as speaker stands, it really improved the sound. And my amp is, I guess you would say it's an entry-level Luxman L-400 integrated amplifier. Has a switch for both moving magnet and moving coil cartridges, and I'm using a Denon CD deck that is just a tank. Very pleased with it. And my turntable is a Denon DP-47F. It is a fully automatic turntable, and it's got all this nomenclature on it from the 80s, which I like. And my cartridge is a Denon DL103R. We're currently renting in Japan, and I haven't committed to anything like IKEA Kallax shelving. So for the time being, the heavy cardboard moving boxes that we use for our move from San Francisco will do us just fine. It's funny, see these are bass traps, homemade bass traps. They're full of my wife's yarns. She's a knitter, and these just work. These got rid of standing waves in the room like nobody's business. And that hamper, that laundry hamper, is full of blankets, and that too cut out all of the standing waves in the corner of the room. So again, everything is DIY in Japan, and that worked for me. And lastly, these are records that I have up for sale on Yahoo. I mean, my philosophy is this: if I don't listen to it, I sell it. I keep my record collection very small, and all I have in my record collection is records that I actively listen to. If I grow out of them, I sell them. Hear that? Hear that quiet? It's what it's like in the Japanese countryside, 7 days a week, 24 hours. Sound of cicadas, cars passing by. It's quiet. And quiet is very important in Japan. You don't hear boom boxes or loud noises or escaping music from people's homes. If you did, they'd complain. And they wouldn't complain to your face. They'd tell another neighbor, and somebody will tell your wife, and your wife will give you a stink eye, and you'd really have to turn down your music. In fact, you might even have to stop playing music altogether. But that's not the case, actually. It's a little severe. Recently, I've seen some folks complaining about or citing Japanese pressings as being lower on the bass, and there's a very good reason for that. It's to limit the vibrations, because the living spaces are small and ambient noise is frowned upon here. You do not want to create a disturbance for your neighbor. It's just, you don't do it. There's an expression in Japan of the nail that sticks up gets pounded down, and that would be true for somebody playing loud music. So, Japanese spend a lot of money on soundproofing. The apartments, the dense apartments, they're made of steel reinforced concrete. There are people who invest in a room within a room to soundproof, to keep the noise to a zero, and to respect the privacy of their neighbors. And luckily, in the countryside, I've got those double paned windows. I play at 84 decibels. My neighbors never say a word to my wife, and I'm able to enjoy rock music and loud music that way.